Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Minnesota, Walz, and information consumption. There's a quote attributed to Mark Twain that turns out to be true more often than not. A lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes. We're going to go over the basics of what occurred and then talk briefly about some of the claims and talking points. And then we're going to apply a little bit of logic and provide some information that isn't being as widely circulated yet. In other words, we're going to see if we can't help the truth put its boots on. Former Democratic House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark were killed. And Senator John Hoffman, also a Democrat, and his wife Yvette were wounded in targeted attacks. Soon after, the suspect was identified as 57-year-old Vance Bolter, and the FBI issued a reward of up to $50,000. Information circulated that he allegedly impersonated an officer, used a realistic-looking latex mask, used a vehicle with lights, and inside the vehicle was a list of other potential targets and stack of flyers for No King's Day. The suspect was reportedly appointed by Governor Walz in 2019 to serve on the Governor's Workforce Development Board, a low-level position with what looks like dozens of people involved. And you can apply to become a member. Reporting says the suspect was appointed to the same board by the previous governor as well. Two of those details, that he was appointed by a Democrat and that No King's Day flyers were in the car, led to the talking point that he was a radical leftist. Now, let's go through the information that, at least at time of recording, is not being as widely circulated. First, let's add that the reported target list is said to be filled with prominent Democrats and those who are outspoken in favor of reproductive rights. Let's also add that it looks like he served on the board with Hoffman, though it isn't clear if they knew each other or if that factors in at all. But what about the flyers? That's obviously evidence. The person who allegedly impersonated a cop and wore a realistic latex mask and is believed to have immediately altered clothing is probably somebody who put some thought into their escape as well. For those who never took a class on evasion, crowds are your friends when you're trying to disappear. If there's an event in the area, a bunch of copies of basic flyers and a change of clothes would help you blend in. There's another worse option. The person who allegedly used a cop disguise to get close to one target might use another disguise to get close to another. This seems to be the theory officials were supporting when the governor asked people not to attend the events. They believed it could have been a target. Then, there's this other minor bit. His friend since 4th grade, who he reportedly sometimes lived with, and was close enough to the suspect to have the FBI raid the home, said the suspect was conservative, who voted for Trump, and was strongly opposed to reproductive rights. Due to the potential connection between one of the victims and the suspect, as well as it being early in a dynamic situation, it's probably best to completely withhold forming any opinion until much more information is collected. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.